64,000 is the median number of words per book. Average person reads about 200 words per minute. Simple math will tell us that is one book in 320 minutes. To accomplish this in 7 days, numbers say you would have to read for 45 minutes a day. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification button, like, comment, and share. Enjoy. Hello, and happy day. How does slowing down sound to you today? Would you like to reduce the noise for just a bit? Are you ready to make a choice and decide to listen? My name is Igor S.F. Walker, and I'm here to remind people to slow down, to reduce the noise, to walk their lives into a natural flow. Welcome back to the Book of the Week series. Every week as I read another amazing title, I share it with the world. And today we look at F.U. Money. Make as much money as you damn well want and live your life as you damn well please, by Dan Luk. In this video, we look at what it takes to make as much money as you damn well want, then live your life, not anybody else's version of your life, as you damn well please. F.U. Money is truly the point of true liberation. F.U. Money is also a state of mind, a way of thinking, a belief. And most importantly, it's a way of living. So when you get to the point that you are truly free. So stick around till the end. I will share with you some tools I have and use that will help you tremendously in this game of life and how to play it well. Discover ways what actually motivates you, what innate human need is driving all of your decisions and your behavior. Tools to improve your self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and relationship management. I don't know the surefire way to success, but I sure as hell know the surefire way to failure, and that is to try to please everybody. So fuck the critics, those who can criticize. It is easier to sit back and criticize the people who are actually doing something. Here's my message to the critics. If you're so damn smart, why aren't you rich? F.U. Money is the enough is enough number. When you get to the point where you do not have to take shit from anybody, when you make enough money that you're able to say fuck you to anyone, including your boss, anywhere without any consequence. F.U. Money means different things to different people. By knowing your F.U. Money amount and understanding your target and your ideal lifestyle, you will be able to avoid some big mistakes. You will be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish and achieve the ultimate freedom. That's what this book is about. I don't answer to anyone. I'm the boss. That is the difference. I figure what exactly it is that brings me the greatest pleasure, and then determine how much pleasure it offers and what I'm willing to pay for it. It all goes back to understanding what makes you tick. Poverty only breeds more misery and more poverty. If you don't think money can buy happiness, you're living a lie that broke people came up with. I know a ton of broke people, and they're miserable because of it. I've been broke, and I have been rich, and I can honestly say rich is a hell of a lot better. Money is good. I love making money because it gives you choices. It gives you freedom. It gives you control. It buys you time. Money gives you the power to do the things you want to do when you want to do them. What could be wrong with that? Some people say money is not that important. Tell that to the family who's starving right now, or to the family who needs serious medical help. They'll tell you how important money is. See, you've been conditioned since childhood to believe that wanting money is wrong and it is unethical. Yet the entire world seems to run on money. Money may not be the most important thing in life, but let's face it, money is pretty damn important in this day and age. Money can buy food, can buy clothing, can buy warmth and shelter. If you know how to be happy without those things, do let me know. Are all poor people lazy? And are all rich people generous? Of course not. Just don't let the media brainwash you. Why not find out for yourself what rich people are really like? Go and talk to some of them. Money is neutral. It is paper. It is just a medium of exchange, nothing more, nothing less. It doesn't possess some evil power that can change who you are. It's not magical. It's not going to change your core being. It will not change who you are. And if it does, there's something seriously wrong with you. Money simply amplifies more of what you are. If you're a jerk, more money will just make you a bigger jerk. If you're a nice person, more money will make you a nicer person. See, these financial advisors talk about getting rich on your existing income level. They want you to save, live below your means, invest 10% of your income into a mutual fund or a pension, and in 30 years, voila, you'll be rich. So they basically want you to be poor all of your life, so you can somehow be rich the last few years you are here on this planet when you're old and sick. It's just fucking insane. Does that sound like a good plan to you? Putting off your hopes and dreams until you've worked for 40 years? Now be honest with me here. Is that what you really want? Or is that what you have been told that you... Safety is an illusion. There's no such thing as a safe job. There is no secure pension that you can rely on in your golden years. Betting it all on 401k with no plan B is borderline suicidal. The only sure thing you can bet on is you. Here's what I mean. When you place your hopes and dreams of retirement in the hands of your job, a pension plan, a spouse, or a 401k plan, you're basically putting control in the hands of other people. Control is out of your hands. When instead you say, if it's gonna be, it is up to me. You take control of your financial destiny. You begin to think differently about educating yourself. You start to look at risk differently. All of a sudden, starting a business of your own doesn't seem so risky after all. In fact, it will look more and more like the safe thing to do. That is because it is. Easy money comes when you're leveraging other people's time, knowledge, and energy, so you make money while you sleep. Easy money comes when you're using your intelligence, not doing manual labor to make money. Easy money comes when your physical presence and your direct involvement aren't required to make the money. Do not get hung up on the details. You can figure it out as you go. Get off your ass and do something. The answers always come as you're working on it. Do you have to teach a child to walk? Think about it. You do not have to teach children to walk before they will start trying. They don't need to watch an instructional DVD or attend seminar. They don't stop to ask mom or dad, now, how do I do this? They'll bump into furniture, they'll fall on their butts, and sometimes they'll end up with bruises, cuts, and scrapes in the process. They don't care. Why? Because they want to walk, damn it. The world is full of crap. Nobody wants you to succeed. They might tell you that they do, but they don't. So don't believe them. It is just lip service. Your relatives might say so, or even your friends, but they're lying to your face. Do you honestly believe They want you to grow into an FU money millionaire while they're down in the gutter, sucking paychecks? I don't think so. Think about it. When you told your friends and family that you were going to quit your job and start your own business, what did they say to you? Were they supportive? I doubt it. People want to see you fail, so they can have someone to blame and justify their own failures. Oh, look at Johnny and Mary. They couldn't make it. Well, I told them they shouldn't have started their own business in the first place. If they had only listened to me, he would still have his job, a secure job. Blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. From the time that you were born until now, you have been conditioned to be broke. The minute you are born, the first person that touched you after you were delivered was a nurse, and he or she was broke. And hell, in this day and age, the doctor was probably broke too. And then, unless your last name is Hilton or Trump, you were handed to your broke parents, who put you then into a grade school taught by broke teachers. Then you went to high school, where you were taught by more broke teachers. Then you may have gone to college, where you were taught by broke professors. Then you graduated and got a job working for a broke manager. Also, you could then hang out with friends and relatives that are also broke. Now, can you see how you have been conditioned to be broke? Think about this. If you're not where you want to be financially today, let me ask you just, how bad do you want it? What price are you willing to pay to get what you want? You deserve nothing. You must earn everything. If you really want to make your FU money, you must decide what you're going to do today that will move you closer to your goal, and then get busy doing it, not tomorrow, today. If I didn't have a spouse or a family who, if I had enough pool, if I had money, if I had better education, if I had good health, if I only had time, if times were better, if other people understood me, if conditions around me were only different, if I could live my life over again, if I didn't fear what they will say, if I had been given a chance, if I had a chance, if I could do what I really want, if I were only younger, if I were only older, if nothing happened to stop me, if other people didn't have an in for me, if I had been born rich, if I could meet the right people, if I had the talent that some people have, if I dared to assert myself, if I could speak the language, if I only had embraced past opportunities, if people didn't get on my nerves, if I didn't have to keep the house and look after the children, if I could save some money, if my boss only appreciated me, if I only had somebody to help me, if I lived in a big city, if I were only free, if I weren't so fat, if I weren't so thin, if I weren't so bold, if I weren't so ugly, if I weren't so pretty, if I weren't so handsome, if I didn't have big breasts, if I didn't have small breasts, if I was better in bed, if I wasn't so good in bed, if I could just get a break, if I hadn't failed, if everybody didn't oppose me, if I'd married the right person, if my family weren't so extravagant, if luck were not against me, if I lived in a different neighborhood, if I had a business of my own, if my family understood me, if I could just get started, if I had the personality of some people, if my talents were known, if I could only get out of debt, if I only knew how, if I didn't have so many worries, if people weren't so dumb, if I were sure of myself, if I hadn't been born under the wrong sign, if I hadn't lost my money, if I didn't have the past, if other people would only listen to me. Psychology is a huge part of making your FU money, like it or not. If your mindset is right, if your head is screwed on straight, then everything else is a piece of cake. If you don't have the psychology right, you will fail. Case closed. How you use your time ultimately determines how much money you make. Time management doesn't exist. You cannot manage time. You can't make it go faster or slower. You can't make time move forward or backward. And you cannot make up for lost time. What you can do is manage yourself and how you choose to use the time that you do have. The richest people in the world have the same amount of time as the poorest people in the world. We all get 24 hours a day, 168 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, no more, no less. So time management is really self-management. All time has value. The way you think about time and the way you think about yourself will affect everything that happens to you inside and outside of your business for the rest of your life. And guess what? If you don't value your time, nobody else will. And why should they? And especially if you don't even know how much your time is worth. Look at the most successful people in the planet. Richard Branson, Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey. There was never a hot money-making scheme involved up front. It was always the vision to create a business, deliver a lot of value to a lot of people, and solve a problem. That's what made them rich. So who would you rather learn from? Branson or some slick-talking get-rich schemer? Think about it. If you never want to be broke again, you need to develop your high-income skills, your communication skills, and your closing skills. Being a good communicator and a closer means you can move, influence, and persuade people everything that you want. Resources, money, capital, influence, and relationships. Other people already have them. So, what do you think separates you from them? Whatever it is that you want, you have to persuade someone else to give it to you. That's why most people will stay broke, because they have a symptom of being unable to close other people. If you spend your entire life working on your weaknesses, at the end of your life, you will have a lot of strong weaknesses. If you want to make your FU money as quickly as possible, you have to focus on your strengths and outsource everything else. I know my strengths, which are few. I know my weaknesses, which are many. A business has assets, customer lists, products, and a brand. Those are your assets. Poor people focus on making money. Rich people focus on building and creating assets that make you money. Little distinction, big difference. And there you have it. Please do help out. It is easy. Simply like this video so more people can enjoy it. Share it too. Spread the word. Leave a comment and share your thoughts. Subscribe to my channel and stay up to date. And the link to this book is in the description below, so buy it and read. Never stop learning, especially learning about yourself and nature. So, gift yourself by taking the free human needs test on my website and find out what actually motivates you. What innate human need is driving all of your decisions and all of your behavior. And if you feel you are ready to improve your self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and relationship management even further, do check out my Master of Life Awareness program. The links are in the description below. Thank you. Love and respect.